everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing great today. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful holiday going on. So, back again. Today what I want to talk about is the world we live in. The Matrix. The reality that we all occupy right now. We live in what's called a illusionary world. People refer to it as the Matrix. So you know what the Matrix is. So hey, what's up guys? What's up guys? So I definitely want to make this interactive because I have a lot of you here. So I want to see some heavy hitters here. Your knowledge about the universe, each one teach one, right? So I'm going to pose some questions to the audience, you guys, and then we can go back and forth. And if you get stumped, I'll give you the answers. But I think a lot of you guys have been on a spiritual path for a long time, so you should all be aware. Maybe some of you are new here to this channel, so you'll definitely learn some enlightening stuff that will definitely help you to shift your life. So can anyone tell me what is truly the Matrix? Because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about the Matrix. But what is the Matrix? Why do I call this the Matrix? Can anyone tell me what the Matrix really is? So go ahead and type in your answer here. Go ahead. Tell me what the Matrix is. What is your definition of the Matrix? I haven't seen the new Matrix movie yet, but I'll check it out at some point. Someone says the Matrix is the reality we are living in. Alternate reality we're existing right now. Okay, that's good. Who's this here? We got Native God Takio. Programming meant to control and destroy God's plan. All right, we're getting close here. Sierra Fraser, assimilation from our minds. All right, getting warm. It's our 4% visible perception. Okay, got it. The Matrix is religion, school programs to control your mind. This is Kobe Afro. So I think the winner who got the closest to this, all you guys' answers were correct. But I think Kobe here has the most on point one. The Matrix is religion, school programs to control your mind. And he hit it on point. It's the reality we live in. All you guys' answers are good and correct. But let me expand to you more about what the Matrix is and then what happens when you escape it. So this is what you need to know about the Matrix. So yeah, we do see 4% of our reality. Things exist in our mind. But remember, we live in a society though, right? And we have rules and govern, right? And we have laws and we have certain stigmas. So here's what the Matrix is. The Matrix is any organization, entity that has power to influence your perception of your world. And they can do this through things, the internet, the media. So who has that power? Well, it's usually government, school system, big media corporations, anything that can influence and get information to the collective subconscious. So any person, being, whatever, that has access to push information to where you can consume it. That's the Matrix. And a lot of information to get pushed out is for you to see reality a certain way. Not the way it is, but a certain way. Did you know that? A lot of stuff that you're watching is programming you to see your world a certain way. They're programming you to see what beauty is in their eyes. They're programming you to see what health is, what happiness is. All that programming you to see what success is, how you should live your life, what you should like, who you, what the world is made of. All of that is the Matrix. So let me ask another question, because this is going to be a little tricky one here. So let's get some more input here. Can anyone tell me when the Matrix really started become in the matrix. Big banks, yes, big any company, internet companies, all these companies, the mainstream media, because they can put information to you so you can see your world a certain way. And this is very powerful because you see the world through your subconscious mind. So anyone, when did the matrix really take flight? Religion's a part of it, all that. So it's to misconstrue your reality. That's 100% correct, guys. When did the matrix begin? This is a good one. And let's see if we have any heavy hitters here that can get this one. When did the matrix begin? Some people will say, well, Mark, the matrix began like thousands of years ago. Da 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 da. The matrix began during, yep, there we go, Erica 2002. I think Erica's, you've been seeing my videos. I know you're a channel member here, so you got it. Since we were born, yep, since you're born, but it really started to take flight during what's called the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution is when human beings start to develop steam and coal technology, and we started to build factories, and now we need workers because now we found this new technology. So after the Industrial Revolution, they began to create the schools and the universities, and that was done by Andrew Carnegie. So when the school systems first began, and when they created the school systems, it was first designed to train people as workers for the steel industry. So, and here's something important to remember: the school system hasn't changed in over 100 years. Keep that in mind. So if you think, that, oh, this is that, it's an agenda here. So that is basically the matrix. So we got that out the way now. So let's go into the today's topic, right? Because I talk a lot about the matrix and what happens, but I don't think I've actually done a video here or live to show you what happens. Like, what are the benefits? What happens to your body, your mind? What happens to your consciousness? What happens to your manifesting skills? What happens to resistance? What happens when you escape the matrix? Can anyone tell me that? Let's hear some answers here. Let's see if we have any heavy hitters here that knows their stuff. What happens when you escape the matrix? What becomes of your mind, body, soul, spirit? Hi, Mark. How school control mind? That's a very good question. Well, school controls the mind through subconscious suggestions. You see, school is organized to make you more succumb to authority. It began from when you were a little kid. From the day you went to kindergarten, they organize you in certain classes. They organize you in a certain situation. They tell you when to take a break. So it kind of prepared your mind for you to depend on a figure, an authority figure. You became dependent. And as you go throughout school, you're always looking for someone to tell you what to do, where to sit, what time to take your lunch break. You don't consciously think about this though, but as you grow older, subconsciously now, you start to lose your ability to critically think for yourself. You start to rely on outside sources like your government, other people, your teachers, your professors, which is nothing wrong with looking for people. We all need peers and mentors, but I want you to see big picture here, that when you start to do that, what the big picture is, you really start to lose confidence in yourself. That's the thing. It takes you away from your natural self, and the self is very important. That's why I mean how school controls the mind. So, what happens when you leave the matrix? Yeah, you take control of your reality, but let's get some deeper stuff here, because that's what I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to teach you what happens when you escape the matrix. You become a deliberate creator. You're free in sense. Consciousness increases. Very good, very good. You're free. You become a conscious creator. Okay, you recognize your power. You come into your true power. Okay, that's good. So let's take it a little deeper here and show you what happens when you leave the matrix, all right? So first of all, we know that we do live in a matrix. I'm in the matrix, you're in the matrix. You cannot physically go and escape the matrix. There's no physical place to go, but you can mentally escape the matrix, which change your physical reality. So in a sense, yes and no, you can't. So let me talk about how you're going to escape the matrix. So this is what you need to know before you can escape the matrix, though. All right, so you got to know something here. You have to know the patterns of sound waves or vibrations that you need to be tuned into to be able to escape the matrix. So many of you know that we are what? Vibrational beings. We know that through science. Everything vibrates, nothing stays at rest. You have cells, molecules, particles. There's hertz. That's right, everything hurts. The earth has a particular vibrating hertz. Someone put 528 hertz. So the earth vibrates at a certain hertz. You vibrate at a certain hertz. What else vibrates? Space vibrates. Time, even time vibrates. That's right, time and space vibrates. The universe vibrates. And these have their certain different hertz. Here's the interesting thing about that now. Each particular frequency that vibrates or hertz, when you put it out, the universe has to mirror match that frequency and send it back to you, which creates harmony. Then you get to experience something physical. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Someone says neutrality. So I guess you watched that short I made, or that video I made, but I'll go into more detail about that. So on a scale, so they have this chart where they measure the hertz of vibration. So remember now, we all give off energy as emotions, right? Feelings. So let's go through them. So we have what? Love, joy, happiness. What else we have? We have the other ones like the doubt, the worry, all those ones, right? So I'd like to ask you a question, and let's see who's been watching here. What is the highest frequency hertz out of all those emotions? Oh, so I have a member here. This is from Imani. How does time vibrate if time doesn't exist? Well, Imani, actually time does exist. It's interwoven in space, but not linear time like you and I were taught to believe, like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. That doesn't exist. That's something made up. But there is time woven in the fabric of the universe, and it's happening right now. It's a present moment. It's simultaneously happening. And actually time now, they're looking for the particle of time is called a chronon. Just like everything has particles, like you and I have atoms, they suspect now time has a particle called a chronon. So that's what makes time. So time does exist, but not linear time. Linear time is just an illusion. Like your age is an illusion, man. The year, the month, 2021, 2022 is all illusion. It's man-made stuff. We just make that up to keep track and give ourselves organization in our society. All right, so what's the highest vibrational frequency here? I knew everyone was going to say this. Love, 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 joy, 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 happiness, happiness, happiness. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Somebody's been watching some of my video here. The two, I'll give you those are all wrong. Those aren't the highest frequencies. Crazy, right? It's true. Let me show you the 3 highest frequencies. Lily says it here. It's actually the frequency of neutrality, peace, and enlightenment. Those are the highest hertz frequency any human being can emit. If you can emit those frequencies, you're higher than love, joy, peace, well, not peace, happiness. And I'm going to explain to you why they are that way. So I'm not just going to talk it, I'm going to walk it. I'm going to show you why love, joy, peace, while those are good emotions to feel, they lack one thing, and that is consistency. Remember, love can turn to jealousy. Love can turn to hate. Happens all the time. Happiness can turn to sadness. Joy can turn to unhappiness, whatever you want. It's good to have those feelings. They help you. But I'm going to talk about those 3 highest frequencies on the Hertz scale, and why those are critical components to escape the matrix. And what happens when you develop those frequencies, you escape the matrix. And I'm going to show you. So let's go with them. Let's start with I'll go number 3 would be peace. Number 2 would be neutrality. And the number 1 highest frequency that any human conscious being can get or attain is enlightenment. So you have to, and I'm going to talk to you about, first of all, let's do a question here, because I think a lot of people don't know what enlightenment is. So let's see again, do we have any heavy hitters here? Do we have any individuals that know their stuff here? What is enlightenment? There's so much stuff about enlightenment here. There's so much misinformation about enlightenment. I'm going to give you the real meaning of enlightenment here. And it's so simple. Can anyone tell me, what does it mean to be enlightened? What is enlightenment? Someone says high vibration. That's not enlightenment. Roberger said lighten up. That's a good one, but that's not enlightenment. Acceptance, peace with everything, calm. Look at all these good answers here. Higher knowledge, that's part of enlightenment. Okay, I'm going to give you a tip. Enlightenment has to do with an awareness of something. That's all it is. Once you become aware of something, you automatically become enlightened. Let's get back to that though. I'm gonna tell you what enlightenment is in a minute. But let's break down peace, neutrality, and then I'm gonna go into enlightenment. So I'm gonna have you guys oozing for a minute there, so that you can see what enlightenment truly is, because there's a lot of stuff about enlightenment. And when I reveal enlightenment, you're gonna be like, oh, whoa, that is mind-blowing. I didn't even recognize that. Man, that makes so much sense. Watch when I reveal it to you. And everyone, once I reveal it, everyone can become enlightened, and then it takes you to become spiritually awakened. You don't have to like go push and try. All you have to do is just develop this, and you automatically become enlightened, because 99% of people don't do this. They don't know this. All right. So, all right, let's go about peace. Well, okay, first, let me just get enlightenment out of the way, because everybody here is like, they want to know what enlightenment is. Okay, so here's what enlightenment is, the definition. Enlightenment is the ability to be aware and to know that, here we go, the voice in your head isn't you. If you know that, you're enlightened. That's what enlightenment is, the ability for you to understand that you are the observer of your mind, not your mind. And repeat that again. Enlightenment is when an individual realizes that the ego, the voice in the head, is not who they are. It's just they are an observer of their thoughts. Once a person realizes that, it opens the other channels. That's how you become enlightened. People who are enlightened, they understand this. They know that their thoughts aren't them. Got that? The mind is not you, it's your tool. You're an observer. That's when you are enlightened. Oh yeah, your thoughts are, a lot of thoughts come from the ego. Oh yeah, predominantly thoughts come from the ego, guys. Now it leads to let me show you how these tie together now. So let's move. So once you become enlightened, guess what you become now? So if you know that your thoughts aren't yours and you start to observe them, where does that lead? Think about that. It leads to the next powerful frequency, neutrality. Now you become non-attached, because now you don't take anything personal, because now you know the thoughts in your head aren't you, so you don't identify with them. Now that makes you more neutral. Now you're in the flow with the universe. Now, see, let me show you how it ties together. When you become in the flow with the universe, where does it take you? To be at peace. Remember what I just said? Peace, neutrality, enlightenment. You escape the matrix. Mind blown, right? HN says mind blown. They don't teach you that. Once you become enlightened, and you can do it right now. If you're watching this video for the first time, it showed up on your feed, and you want to become enlightened, you just have to accept and know. And you, okay, you want me to get even deeper? Want me to shock you here? I can prove to you, and I can do an exercise right now with you to show you that your thoughts aren't even you. I can do it right here. And it's so simple. So let's do it so people can see how their mind works. So I want you guys to do something. I want you to grab a thought in your head. Any thought. Good, positive, negative thought. Once you have that thought, first of all, let's grab a positive thought. Make a positive thought in your head. Now, once you have that positive thought, turn that positive thought into a negative thought. Okay? Now let the negative thought go. Now take a negative thought. Grab a negative thought. Good. Turn that negative thought into a positive thought. Good. Now let that positive thought go. All right. So let me ask you some questions now. Who was the person thinking the thought? Better yet, who was the person listening to the thoughts? Even though you don't have any ears in your head, but you can still listen and hear your thoughts. Who's that person? Okay, my next question is, okay, where did the thought come from? Did you create the thought? So I want to show you something, bigger picture here. There was someone or something that was aware of the thought and could change the thought, but yet the thoughts were created. Who was that person? It was your higher self, the observer. You are the observer of the mind. If you weren't the observer, listen very careful. If you weren't the observer of your mind, you could never change your thoughts at will. If you weren't the observer, your mind would never allow you to change a negative to a positive. There's your answer to show you that you are not the mind. The observer is the person that's in charge of all of this. That's what the observer is. The mind can act independently. Even though you can control it and tell it what to do, it can go off on its own, but the observer can bring it back. That's who you are. That's why I say enlightenment is to understand that, what I just showed you. Once you get that, you become enlightened. So now that you become enlightened, it actually opens up a new level of your brain. Did you know that? There's parts of the brain that will start to fire off because they have been so dormant, because you didn't know this stuff. Your brain, part of the brain just wasn't ready to learn this. So once you learn this and you understand this now, you start to become neutral and you start to become at peace. Which neutrality and peace are the two highest hertz frequency any human being can put out. That means if you're putting out those two frequencies, you will always manifest more and faster than any other human being on the earth. Anybody. You'll manifest more love, all that, even more powerful than love. All right. That's how you're going to escape the matrix. Now, there's another component to this that you must know now. So now you know, okay, hopefully you're taking notes. Why people say you can't attain it in one lifetime? They're incorrect. That's a lot of misinformation. So you have to know this part to also, this is what happens when you escape the matrix. So okay, what happens when you escape the matrix, guys? You become enlightened, you become in a state of flow, you become in a state of peace. That leads to now non-attachment, that puts you in the flow state. When you're in the flow state now, that means you will start to easily manifest things more faster, because you slow down resistance. There's no friction blocking your way. That's what happens. And also, when you become enlightened, you have access to new knowledge and information that nobody else can get. When you're also enlightened, it opens up the intuitive part of your mind even more. You're now able to access higher intuition. You get genius ideas, which you take from the superconscious mind. And then when you're enlightened, you understand that the matrix is just a scheme that they use to control a lot of people, and you aren't in that scheme anymore. That means that you understand that all your circumstances, everything around you, you actually have control, that nothing is bigger than you. You are bigger than everything, so everything should come to you in flow state. And everything usually does come to you when you're in flow state, right? All right. So what creates all of this stuff? What creates all this stuff to come to you? Well, there's three systems in your body that you need to get on point to be able to stay in alignment. Not to stay in alignment, but to stay. Once you become enlightened, you're going to be there, because that's something you can't unlearn. But there's three parts of your body that you need to actually take care of and put focus on, or fuel it. And this will help you to stay in the state of neutrality and the state of peace. You need these three parts of the body to do this. And let me tell you what they are. So the first part is the brain, the second one is the heart, and the third one is the gut. So the brain, the heart, and the gut are responsible for you to manifest or create anything in your life. Now, I'm going to ask you a question now, because I said I want to make this interactive. The brain, the gut, the heart. Which one of these, call them organs or body system, are the most powerful for manifesting? Now, hold up, before you answer, think about it, because I know everyone's going to do the logical answer. Which is more powerful, the brain, the heart, or the gut, when it comes to manifesting? So we got a heart. Let me see how many heart we got. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, everybody's heart. I mean, how many gut do I have? 1, 2, 3. Man, so it looks like the heart is beating out everything here, right? Heart, heart, heart. Heart is just taking over, man. Look at this. Heart, heart, heart. And not one person mentioned the brain. Everybody, heart because of emotion. Okay, that's interesting. Well, the answer is, it's not the heart. It's not even the brain. It's your gut. Your gut is the most powerful source to manifest, and then second comes the heart. Shocked you, didn't I? Well, would you like to know why your gut is more powerful than your heart and your brain? Your heart is the seat of emotions. But in order for the heart to get emotion, something has to create the emotion for the heart. Your gut, endorphins, serotonin, DMT are all produced in your gut. Your gut produces the fire to run the system. So if your gut is out of whack, all those other organs will also be out of whack. They won't operate full efficiency. Repeat that. The gut, and another thing about the gut, the heart can override the brain. The heart can't override the gut. The gut can override the heart and the brain. Repeat that again. The heart can override the brain. Of course, the brain can override the heart. The brain cannot override the gut. The brain, see that? The heart cannot override the gut. The gut can override all three of those systems. The gut can override your heart. The gut can override your brain. The gut is the seat of all this stuff. A matter of fact, scientists just recently discovered that the gut has its own mini brain, just like the heart. The heart has neurites. It's called the enteristic system in the gut. It has a back channel that goes all the way to the brain and the heart. They just discovered that. This is why you always feel funny in your gut when something is about to happen. This is why you always feel good. It all comes from the gut. Your gut health is the secret to manifesting. Your gut got to be on point, because your gut produces the stuff that the heart and the brain needs to run. The gut is like the fuel. Like if you have a car, yeah, you could have the most sophisticated car, you could have all the good technologies, but if you ain't got no gas in that car, car ain't going nowhere. Or if it's an electric car, if you ain't got no charge in that car, it ain't going nowhere. That's what the gut is. The gut is the electricity, and the gut is the fuel that functions all of those things to manifest. So yeah, you got to eat right. You got to know what diet, what you got to know what makes the gut happy. What makes your gut happy is called probiotics, the good bacteria. Your gut has billions of microorganisms, billions of bacteria. They live in your gut. Some are good, some are bad, but they have to balance each other out. A lot of the stuff we eat erodes those bacteria from your gut. One of the most powerful eroders of your gut is caffeine. Too much caffeine will erode the good bacteria of your gut. Too much alcohol will erode the good bacteria of your gut. You gotta do everything in balance. Not saying not to have caffeine. If you do, have it in balance. Not to say to have a drink and so, have it in balance. Too much of those things will erode your gut. Probiotics are basically the healthy bacteria that live in your gut. People lose them all the time because of certain lifestyles. But they help to power the cell house in your gut. Even certain meats will do it. So gut health. Drink a lot of water is really good for your gut. From your belly shall flow rivers of living water. So that's right. If we live in one matrix, don't we enter another matrix? Well, everything is a matrix, but it depends on what matrix persona you are talking about. So yeah, theoretically we could say everything is a matrix. You have a good matrix, when you manifest, when you're living in your own world and everything is going good, that's your matrix. It's a system of your thing. So yeah, we all have matrix, but the primary matrix we all inhabit is not a good matrix, because a lot of people are suffering here. A lot of people don't have what they want. A lot of people don't know themselves. It's a matrix of fear and a lot of resistance in this matrix. All right, so I'm going to ask you a question here, guys. So here we go, heavy hitters here. So all those things I said, probiotics, all those stuff, but there's one powerful thing that everyone can do right now that will enhance their gut ability to help them manifest more. Can anyone tell me what that is? Even the Bible is the matrix, guys. I'll talk about that in a minute. Can anyone tell me what is the one habit that you can do right now that will increase your gut health by up to 50%? That means to be able to produce efficiently all those chemicals that needs to get to your brain and your heart to pump out your reality. Can anyone tell me what is there? Okay, we got it. Someone says water. Who's this here? Is this $700 million richer? Fasting. That's right. If you can intermittent fast once a week, 1 day a week, you literally increase your gut health by up to 50% in some individuals. The power of fasting. Breathe deeply is the second most powerful thing you can do for the gut, but fast is the number one. So I'll throw another question out to you. Why does fasting improve the gut? Can anyone tell me why? What is the benefit? I want to know the inner working of fasting. I'll tell you the inner working of fasting, but I want to see if I have any. I call them the heavy hitters, the ones that just know. Do we have any heavy hitters here? The sun's coming out a little bit. What is the power of fasting? What makes fasting so powerful? Helps balance everything. Okay, we got regenerates. I'm going to explain intermittent fasting. A guy was on Dr. Bird, gave up on life and tried to starve himself, but on day 4 he felt so good he changed his life. So you produce more DMT in the gut. All right, that's good. All right, so here's what happens when the body fasts. What happens is the body enters a state of, some people you call it ketosis, or basically your body starts to think it's going to starve. So what it does, it starts to focus more on the essential organs of the body. The first thing it does, it starts to eat the fat cells. So that means that if you're like overweight, your metabolism will increase. The metabolism increases, also you have what's called good antioxidants increases. So it's a detox. Yeah, your body will start to detox, actually starts to rebuild and replenish itself. So all the free radicals, those stuff that would damage or cause inflammation, the body now starts to waste them away, because the body now thinks it goes into survival mode. So it'll start to shut down and start to focus on replenishing. It actually starts to regenerate. So, and when your body regenerates, that means there's less inflammation. If you have less inflammation now, your body is able to put more energy into producing those chemicals such as DMT. And also, when you intermittent fast, it produces more DMT in your gut. And you know what the power of DMT is? It has to do with the ability for you to lucid dream, for you to be telepathic, for you to have the access to remote view, all these things. DMT is one of the most powerful chemicals. And you know, if you can lucid dream, you can manifest a lot faster. And then also, you have the ability now to dream every single night and remember them for the rest of your life. You will never forget a dream. How wonderful is that? Imagine having the ability to every single night dream and remember vividly. All right? So that's the power of the gut. See that? So now you learn. Hopefully you guys learned something here. The power of the gut. Now the heart now is also very powerful. The brain, of course, you need powerful. Now there's a couple things you do need when you want to escape the matrix. You're going to need imagination, and you're going to need memory. You're going to have memories in order to remove the matrix, because memories are going to tell the subconscious mind that this happened and it's real. You can use your imagination to create memories. Did you know that? So I have another question for you. Where are memories stored? Can anyone tell me, where are memories stored? Are memories stored in the brain? Are memories stored in the gut? Are memories stored in the heart? In the cells? In the subconscious? The conscious? Where are your memories stored? Someone says in the brain. Someone says in your gut, the brain, the quantum field, subconscious, DNA. Oh man, some good stuff here, but I haven't seen the answer. Well, okay, who's this here? We got Kareen. Hey, Kareen. Kareen Ramsey. Kareen knows this because Kareen was one of my students. So Kareen, cheat code, but just good. I taught her. Yes, Kareen, memories are stored in the heart. Memories aren't stored in your brain, right? Actually, they cannot find no precise location in your brain where memories are stored. They can't find it. So memories, but they are, however, and this was by accident, and this happened about 15 years ago. That's when they discovered, wait a minute, memories are actually stored in the heart. Whoa. So can anyone tell me now, why are memories stored in the heart? How did they discover memory was stored in the heart? I'll give you a hint here. It has to do with heart transplant patients, people who got heart transplants. So there's a hint. Just make it easy for you now. Memories are not stored in your subconscious mind. Nope. Is the heart the subconscious? Nope. That's the next question I'm going to ask. Where is the subconscious located? That's one I want to ask you. But first, I want you to tell me where how is memory stored in the heart? How do we know memories are stored in the heart? What evidence do we have of that? Okay, okay, we have Imani here. It says memories are connected to emotions. You pretty much have them. Okay, so let me show you. Let me tell you how memories are discovered. Memories are stored in the heart. All right. So heart transplants. So you know when individuals have heart transplant, they have what they call patient's confidentiality. So that means whoever the recipient of the heart is, they have no idea who the recipient is. So they were discovering that people who are having heart transplant were having dreams and memories of the deceased person who gave them the heart. And how did they know this? Because they started to Google these people up and the names, and they discovered the family, and they asked the family certain things that only the family would know, and the family were in shock. There's a couple famous ones. There's one where the young girl, she was she died in the woods by some assailant, and her heart transplant had a dream of the girl seeing the attacker and remembered it. Told the cops. The cops tracked the guy down. The guy confessed to doing it. Another one with a guy. He had a heart transplant. He would all have these memories with a lady that turned out to be his mother, and the guy didn't know. And they were always eating that Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC. And the guy with the heart transplant developed an appetite to just constantly eat KFC. He couldn't believe it. The doctors wouldn't tell him who the donor was, but he remembered the name, and he looked it up on social media, found the lady, contacted her, and she said, yes, that was my son. He died in a motorcycle accident, and I gave his heart for transplant. And he told the mom the name and everything. So the heart remembered all of that into the new donor. So you never lose memory. So the heart, memory travels with the heart. That's how they discovered that, whoa, memories may actually exist in the heart. I don't know if KFC didn't kill him. He died in a motorcycle accident. That's how he was able to give his heart. But he used to love eating chicken at a particular KFC. And when the guy had the heart transplant, he started to develop eating KFC. And then he would have these dreams, and he had these memories that would flash in his mind about a woman, which is the guy's mother, and the name and everything. He's seen vivid images of the person and everything. And he contacted her, and he told her. All right, now, what about the subconscious? Where is the subconscious located? Is the subconscious in the brain? Subconscious in the heart? Is the subconscious stored in the gut? Where is the subconscious located? Somebody said subconscious in the solar plex in the brain. Nope. Can a person using Goddard's, Neville Goddard's, isn't it wonderful technique to get all the things they like without focusing on the main things? Well, you have to focus. Well, if you want something, you have to focus on the main thing, but the key is not to become attached. So if you can focus without becoming attached, I think that's what Neville was teaching, the ability to focus on what you want, but not making it bigger than you, then you can manifest it. But the subconscious in the mind, in the right brain, okay. In the mind's eye, okay, so here's where your subconscious is. Your subconscious is stored in every single cell in your body. That's where your subconscious lives. It lives in your fingernails, it lives in the hair on your arm, it lives on my mustache, it lives on my little beard here, it lives on my eyebrows, it lives inside your heart, your brain. Every single cell in your body, your subconscious resides. That's why the mind has the ability to heal itself, because the subconscious is all the cells. It's a community. So when you talk to yourself, your cells are listening, and because people talk so much negative stuff, it manifests. Because again, to show you this, the subconscious is illogical. And this is why it's so easy for when you talk to yourself, you're like, man, I'm so stupid. You do stupid stuff. Man, I feel sick. You get sick. That's the subconscious. It resides in every single one of your cells. Why would you want to take ayahuasca? Yeah, ayahuasca is not for the faint of heart. So I know people who take ayahuasca. Some of them get out, but some people still have like really brain damage from taking ayahuasca. So it's not something that is for everyone. Just like opening up your third eye. Some people will rush to open their third eye. They don't open it organically, and they start to see trippy stuff, and it can leave emotional stuff. Right? I am new to all of this. Very fascinating. Reality. What is this? Beauty by TK. Yep. So that's good. Yeah, TK, Beauty by TK. So you guys learning all senses. The quantum field. Right. So the thing about the heart, I want to go back to the memory stuff now. The memory stuff with the heart is actually, so here's what they also discovered too, and what we're looking at now, is that every time you're walking, right, me talking to you right now, there's an electromagnetic field that my heart is producing that is 6 feet, right? So around the radius around my body, I have a holographic projection of all my memories playing right now around me, and you do too. So every time you walk, all your memories are around your 6 feet. So if you have we developed the technology and we could see the spectrum or decode memory or photographic memory in a holographic sense, you could actually see in real time your memories, just like watching on TV. You could see it, just like you see it in your head, you can see it all around you because it exudes from the heart. Okay? Happy birthday today, Lucia, your birthday today. Right? How do you switch realities? So, as you can see, so when you escape the matrix, what truly starts to happen now, you start to become, first to become enlightened. Enlightenment takes you to the next state of higher consciousness. And this is where people become 5-dimensional or 5D. So what does it mean we know what it really means to be 5D? When someone is truly 5-dimensional, it means they possess these 2 highest frequencies consistently. They produce peace and they produce neutrality at all the time. That's why they're able to evolve out of the matrix. 5D is leaving the ego. That's basically what 5D is. I mean, to make it simple for you guys to understand, enlightenment also is leaving the ego. The ego lives in 3D. Enlightenment only can access in what we call 5-dimensional. So so there's a big tip for you guys. If you ever want to become enlightened and get into the next level, you got to leave your ego. Not kill the ego. Can't destroy the ego, but you can leave the ego. The ego is still there, but he's not a threat. He's not detrimental. He's there just when you need to activate it. Is neutrality and duality the same? Not necessarily. Duality is the opposite of something, light and dark. Neutrality is observing light and dark as the same thing. It's nothing. So I guess you could say that's a little different. Yeah, not brain damage, but psychological trauma from ayahuasca. Yes, yeah, it can, because guys, you gotta understand something here. When you're using like these different things, like people use shrooms and all these things to become enlightened, you don't really need to do that. You can do that naturally. But what happens, a lot of people want to just become enlightened, and they want to get to that next level so fast or so bad that your brain has to be ready for this stuff. You can't just jam it in like that. You jam it in like that, you're going to be effects. Everything's going to have a cause and effect. So you got to be careful. You got to kind of prepare yourself to do this stuff, because you're accessing different parts of the brain that has been dormant. So you don't know what, you're gonna see. Yes, you'll get some really trippy stuff, and you'll get like very heightened. You may even get like prophetic dreams and all that stuff. But if the mind isn't ready, man, you're gonna get like a lot of psychological feedback, which is not gonna be good. So if we're not the conscious mind, who we have here? So we have William here. So if we are not the conscious mind, then we are the subconscious mind, because them are 2 different minds. Or am I wrong? Yeah, you're actually correct. We are about 99% our subconscious mind. What happens, how it works is, the subconscious mind gives feedback to your conscious mind, the ego. So the ego is like the receiver. It receives information from the subconscious, and then it plays it out through our through seeing, through hearing, through touch, and through taste. But a lot of it, the subconscious is calling the shots. It's like the subconscious would be, the best analogy was like, I would use like a gangster thing, like the Godfather, you know, like the mob or the mafia type of stuff. Like there's always the one guy that's doing the dirty work, right? But the boss is always the one in the back that you never knew. He's calling the shots. It's the last guy you never know that's calling the shots. That would be the subconscious. And the guy that's always trying to do this stuff would be the conscious, the ego, like trying to get the praise, like I'm gonna tough guy. That's that's the best analogy so you can understand it. That's the subconscious. So the subconscious, you wouldn't even suspect that this guy right here is calling the shots because he's designed like that. You don't notice it. You would think it's the guy that's making all the noise and but he's just a conscious mind. That's same thing with human behavior and psychology. Our subconscious, we have no awareness of it. The reason you cannot become aware of your subconscious, guys, just like you're aware of your conscious mind, right? Just like it's easy to become aware of my conscious mind, but it's very Mark, why is it so hard to make my subconscious conscious like my regular mind? Well, the answer lies to do with the capacity of the mind. Like in our regular mind, it only can get us so much. It processes information a little bit. The subconscious mind has so much information that you and I, we're not able to access that because our brain hasn't developed the ability to recognize it. That's why you have to do work to make your subconscious conscious, not like your conscious mind. Now that leads me to the next question I want to ask you guys. See how you guys are doing here. How much information between the conscious and the subconscious? Can anyone tell me how many thoughts a day does the conscious mind produce and versus the subconscious mind? Does anyone know that? How many thoughts do you have in your regular mind per day? And in your subconscious per day? Trillions, 6,000, 1,000, 65 to 75K. Okay, we got some here. So the number I think is unlimited. It's between 17 to 30,000 thoughts in your conscious mind per day. I think even 17 to 75, it could go up to there. But the thoughts you have, it's the same as yesterday. So your conscious mind really like regurgitates a lot of thoughts over and over again, and it's all the same stuff. Now the subconscious mind, can anyone tell me how many thoughts? Well, let me put you something. Okay, the subconscious is so powerful, it's so enormous. I can't even ask you how many thoughts, because that's literally impossible. I'll ask you how much information, and I have to go per second. I can't even go per minute. Does anybody know how many information the subconscious processes per second? Billions, right? It's actually about 4 billion bits of info per second. Your subconscious processes 4 billion bits per second. The subconscious processes. All right. What is the superconscious mind? Where does the superconscious mind live? There's a good one. Who knows this? Let's see the heavy hitters here. What is the superconscious mind? Where does the superconscious mind live? God. Somebody said God is the superconscious, the universe. What do we got here? All around us. Okay. In the minds of everyone. Okay, that's a good one. Let me go back. Who's this here? This is Josie. The superconscious is in the minds of everyone, correct? Is the superconscious world bigger? The superconscious is not beyond the higher self. The higher self is above all of that. But the superconscious mind, you guys got it. The superconscious mind is here, everywhere. It's in the universe. It's all over the universe. So, next question is, how can I access the superconscious mind? How do I plug into the superconscious mind? Tell me how to get to the superconscious. Because when you want to get to the superconscious, that's okay. We got what we got. Okay. We got meditation, I see here. Okay. Meditation doesn't get to the superconscious. Meditation gets to your higher self. Let me repeat that. Meditation does not get you to the superconscious mind. Meditation connects you to your higher self, which is above the superconscious. Higher self is good. Higher self can use information from the superconscious to put to you. But, so let me reveal to you 3 ways, 3 most powerful ways. Let me think here, because as I'm talking to you, I get information. It comes to me. I channel information as I'm talking to you here. So, and this is stuff that I've seen before, but it comes back to me now. So let me see. Is it 3 ways? 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Here it is. So here are 3 ways that you can connect to your superconscious mind. And when you connect to the superconscious mind, keep in mind this, that you are in a league of its own. You will have access, cheat codes, ideas, intuition that no one else will do. You'll be at top of your class. You'll be ahead of the game. Your life will go a lot better. So if you're a business owner or someone that wants to create more income, make money, create a business, your health, you want to be in the superconscious mind. So here are the 3 ways. Well, I'll throw this out there. Maybe someone can tell me this, because you never know. What are the 3 ways to connect to the superconscious, to plug into your superconscious mind? Any one of them. Can someone give me one of 3 ways I can connect to my superconscious mind? Fasting, faith. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who we got here? Brenda. Okay, I'm actually impressed here. She has, well, Brenda, you have one of the 3 ways. So Brenda says visualizing, prayer, and imagination. So one of the 3 ways to connect to the superconscious is prayer. Praying. Praying will get you into the superconscious mind. That's one way. Visualization and imagination are all great tools. They don't get you to the superconscious though. They just help you to create through your subconscious. Oh, we got the second answer. Look at this. This is from Ayu Yarashka. Ask questions. Okay. Man, I don't think anyone will get the 3rd one, but I'll try. So, okay, so we have 2 ways to get to your superconscious. In a question format and praying. And of course, I'm going to explain each of them, why they connect you to the superconscious and why they work. So we got prayer and asking questions. Those will definitely connect you to the superconscious. The 3rd way. Does anyone know the 3rd way? Hypnosis? Nope. Affirmations? Nope. Journaling? Nope. Sleep? Nope. I don't expect you guys to know this, but I'll give you a clue though. Monks do this all the time. When you see a monk, they will be doing this. What do monks do a lot of? I'll give you a next clue. Chant. There we go. Infinite conversations. The 3 most powerful ways that you will connect and get information from the superconscious is by chanting. And I'm going to show you what I mean by chanting and why it's powerful. Chanting, praying, and speaking out in question formats aloud. So you guys, of course, you guys on my tribe here, and all of you follow my channel, you know that I talk a lot and I teach a lot about the power of using your vocal cords, the power of asking things in a question format. That goes right to the superconscious mind. Because remember now, the subconscious has to get information from the superconscious. So your subconscious wants to prove stuff to you. So anytime you ask questions, you think it's going to the subconscious. No, it actually goes into the superconscious. The superconscious gets the answers and sends it to your subconscious. That's why you're able to manifest so much things so fast and easy, and the answers come to you, When you ask your questions, you get the answers as an experience. That's why, because the superconscious is always there listening for information to pass to your subconscious. So that's the power of the words. Prayer. The reason why prayer works to get to the superconscious mind now is because you are using the heart. You access the power of your heart because when you pray, it feels like it's within. And when you have the prayer, that it's a different energy now. It's not the same energy. It's a different energy of all knowing, and it's an energy of a creator. People pray to God or pray to the universe, whatever, but it's an energy to say that there is a creator, there's an all-knowing, there's more information that you're able to access the superconscious that way. So the superconscious communicates to you that way. And chanting now, chanting may be the most powerful way to, out of all of those, chanting is actually the more powerful way to access the superconscious mind. And unfortunately, in the matrix, people don't chant. I bet you don't even chant. And then you have the ego, which may tell you look stupid if you chant. Because what are you doing? But if you see monks, they constantly chant. And people laugh and say, man, what the hell they're doing? Now there's hard science now to show us that, first of all, this is what you need to know. Light is sound. Sound produces light. Now repeat that again. Everything comes into the universe through sound first. Sound produces your physical reality, guys. You didn't know that, now you know. From sound creates light. So, vocal cords. This is why the outer voice is more powerful than the inner voice. When you open up your vocal cords, you emit different high frequencies. It's more power. It actually penetrates the particles in the air. It creates more resonance. It oscillates and it goes out into the universe. Now, chanting is based on certain formats of your vocal cords. There are certain ways you have to chant, and based on these ways, the different sound waves they make, they create a different oscillation which interacts with the superconscious, that field, and it reverberates back to you in a different way. The easiest way I can make you understand is let's see here. Okay, the way you use your certain words you use carry more higher vibration. Remember, you want the most powerful vibrations to affect the field. And someone even said that. I was going to ask him, Matt, that's what I was going to say. The most powerful chanting you can do is the chanting. It's this one. You go like this. That's it. Do that for 10 to 15 seconds. And then think about your desires. Or while you're praying, you chant. You get more downloads than you can ever imagine. There's different types of chants. You got Lakshmi, you got you got Nahami, you know, you got plus this has been known for thousands. You know, if you go back to Hinduism, Buddhism, you got the Vedics, the Vedics. They knew about chanting. They've been doing it. These are all very powerful ways. How to pray? Well, I'll tell you not. I'll show you how not to pray. So when you're gonna pray, you should never pray as if you are someone that needs something and you are on a low podium. Okay? When you pray, you must pray as if you are commanding or accepting or expecting something. Okay? You pray with something like this. You can go, hey, whatever, you can say universe, or you don't have to say anything. You can just say, show me, help me, reveal to me this. I would love for you to help me to do that. That's how you pray. You don't pray the way religion taught you to pray. You're not going to get anything that way. Because you're praying from a state of need. When religion teaches you to pray, they teach you to pray like I'm not worthy. Oh, help me, I need this. And I gave you guys this statistic before, and I said this. I said every single day there's trillions of prayers that goes up into the universe. Trillions, because everybody's praying. Trillions of prayer go up to the universe, and everything stays the same. Nothing has changed. If the prayer was working, I'm sure people are praying for peace on earth, to stop food shortages, to stop the war. They're doing that. 4 trillion of that goes up every day. But yet, it's like God is, it's like, where's God? God isn't answering you. Why is that happening? Why isn't God answering those 4 trillion prayers up there? The universe, whatever you want to call it. Why isn't it working? You got to think about that now. 4 trillion, more than that, it goes up every day, but yet everything is the same. So it's either they don't know how to talk to the God or the universe, or the God or the universe that the religion tell them doesn't exist, or that they're praying the wrong way. It's got to be one of those, because I'm sure people pray every day, but when I look around, it's still the same, man. Same war, same food shortages, same all type of stuff. So something got to give. And if something gives, because the way people pray, they've been taught by religion, they pray from a state of lack or need. They never pray from a state of empowerment. They never pray from a state of acceptance. They never pray from a state of expecting it. They all pray from a state of fear, need, judgment, and not good enough. That's why they don't come true, because that's why most of these stuffs continue to stay the same. That's why they continue to stay more food shortages, they continue to stay more war, because even though they're praying on a low frequency, and the universe can only give you what you're putting out, which is the fear, the worry, the need, and still say the same. That's the truth of it, right? So if you're gonna pray, you got to know that the prayer is, first of all, when you pray, guys, you actually pray to yourself, to the universe, as you are part of the universe, and the superconscious is an extension of that. You got to, who's this here? Amo says, I manifest by using commands. That's correct. You don't ask, you command. You tell the universe what you desire or what you want. That's what you do. You don't have to ask and say, oh, can I get this? You know, a command is not a force or like you're better. A command is a confident, expecting, knowing that you deserve this and it's going to happen. And why not? Because you are part of the universe. You're experiencing. You are always the center of the universe. Yes, this live will be on this channel. This will always be this. You will always be the center of the universe. So those are the 3 ways that you can get to the superconscious: by chanting, by praying, and by using the questions. Now we got the superconscious out the way, right? So that's good. Now let's go to the next level. What about the higher self now? Can anyone tell me the difference between the superconscious mind and the higher self? Does anyone know what that is? What is the difference between a superconscious and the higher self? Anyone knows the difference between the superconscious mind and the higher self? I think a lot of it. Someone says spirit. Meditation. Yeah, meditation gets you to the higher self. Okay, here's higher self is a programmer, right? So here's the only difference between the superconscious and the higher self. This is the only thing, okay? It's about dimension space. It's about the dimensions. The higher self is in a different dimension than the superconscious. So that's why you say the higher self is above. It's in a higher dimension. It's in a projector. It's a projector. It projects you onto this physical realm. The superconscious is around in the same space-time dimension as the physical realm. The higher self is not. So it projects you here. That's the difference. Now, can anyone tell me, how do I connect to my higher self? Is the higher self and the subconscious the same? No. The subconscious is the computer that the higher self uses to send information to you. Your subconscious, it takes information from the higher self and it programs it and spits it out to your conscious mind. How do I connect to my higher self? That's correct. No, okay. Let me ask you this question. Okay. How do I talk to my higher self? Meditation is your higher self talking to you. It's not you talking to your higher self. Did you know that? When you meditate, you don't talk to your higher self. It's your higher self sending information to you. Your higher self does all the talking. So I want to know, how do you talk to your higher self? That's right. You connect to the higher self to retrieve information. But I'd like to know, and I'll give you a tip. It's one of the it's one of those three ways you connect to this superconscious. It's one of those three answers that I gave you about the superconscious. That's correct. Who we got here? Fortune. That's right. You talk to your higher self through questions, just like you do the superconscious. Out loud. That's the most powerful. But there are other ways you can talk to your higher self. What else? What are some of the other ways you talk to your higher self? But the number one way, there's actually, let's see. There's actually three ways you talk to your higher self. So we got one of them. No, chanting, you don't talk to your higher self through chanting. That's the superconscious. So we got, you talk to your higher self through questions. That's one. Give me two more, because there's two more powerful ways you talk to your higher self. Mirror work is not your higher self. Mirror work is all about the subconscious. That Dara, thank you. It's changing your subconscious. Okay, who we got here? Queen Scorpion Ash. That's correct. Visualization is the second way you talk to your higher self. That's good. So we got the questions out loud and visualization. Journaling is talking to your subconscious, not higher self. Scripting is talking to your subconscious, not your higher self. What's the third way you talk to your higher self? Subliminals is all subconscious. So we got two. We got visualization and we got questions. Going once, going twice. No one's coming up in here. Yes, you will. Nope. Actions, nope. All right. The third way you talk to your higher self, guys, is through your feelings. Through emotions. That's how you communicate to your higher self. Your beliefs are through your subconscious and conscious. So the three powerful ways you talk to your higher self is through how you feel, right? Feeling good. What you say out loud in a question format, and what you imagine in your head as a visualization or visualize. Now, for some people who have, I think it's called aphantasia, where they can't see images in their head, you can talk to your higher self through your feelings, through emotions, right? Someone says, yeah, emotion is language of the subconscious. That is correct. But the question is, okay, why did the subconscious develop emotional language? Where did emotional language come from? It came from the higher self first. Your higher self transformed your subconscious into an emotional language, into an emotional mind. So all source is from the higher self. Because you got to remember this. The subconscious is a tool the higher self uses. So anything that the subconscious is using is always from the higher self. See that? I talk to my higher self with my mind. You can talk to your higher self with your mind, but you got to be very careful as well, because here's something that you may not know. Within the mind, it resides your ego. Your ego is very intelligent. Did you know that your ego can put on a front as your higher self? It's called the spiritual ego. Do anyone know about the spiritual ego? That's the ego fronting. as a good guy. That's the ego taking on a role, trying to be your higher self. It's called a spiritual ego. It's not your higher self. You got it's tricky. Does anyone know the traits of a spiritual ego, so you can know, like, all right, man, damn, is this really my higher self, or is this my ego trying to front as my higher self? Because you need to know that. Hi, did anyone win 1901? Yeah, I think a few people won. It came out in Illinois and some other states. It's getting ready to come in Florida too. Both of them. Let's see. The ego. I don't think many of you guys knew about the spirit. Did anyone know the spiritual ego? Did anybody teach you that? That the ego can take on the form of spirituality, can actually try to become your higher self? Right? Someone asked me, how do I know about the spiritual ego? Because I've experienced it myself. It did it to me. If it did it to me, it's going to do it to you. So what is the spiritual ego? Here's what the spiritual ego is. Remember what the ego is. The ego is a mind of learning. Because it can rationalize, it can reason, it can remember things, and it watches. So the ego will watch your progress. And when the ego sees the progress you're making, it tries to become the progress. So your ego sees, okay, this guy's doing good. Look at this guy, he's becoming more humble, he's becoming spiritual. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna become that with him. That's what the ego does. That's called spiritual ego. It mimics what you learn and tries to take over. Why does it do that? Because that's what the ego does. The ego loves to control. Remember now, your ego thinks it knows what's best for you. So that's correct. The spiritual ego wants to be the best. But locked within the spiritual ego is still the old ego tendencies. It still has jealousy. It still has all those things. But the biggest problem or issue it produces is by giving you misinformation that you think is your higher self. It's called spiritual pride. That's right. Someone says that. Who's this here? Supermind. Spiritual pride. You know what spiritual pride is? Spiritual pride comes from people who think they have all the answers and they know everything about spiritual stuff. No one knows. And they think that they can't learn anything. And they tell you that they're the only ones that know this stuff, and you have to, like, that's a spiritual ego. Each one teach one. So if you ever find yourself like in that, like, man, I think I know everything. No, you don't. It's just you're in a spiritual ego. You never stop learning. Look at me. I never stop learning. I learn from you guys all the time. I learn new stuff. I put it out. Each one teach one. So the spiritual ego is thinking, that's correct, my friend, it's thinking you're better than everyone because you're spiritually awakened. That's not your higher self. That's the ego. So if anyone falls in that category, you're not in. When a spiritual awakened person or enlightened person who's connected to the higher self has empathy for everyone. They don't see themselves better than nobody or anyone. They look at people with empathy. They feel for them, and they meditate, and they hope for them to wake up. They don't think, damn, look at you, man, you're stuck in the matrix, you don't even know what's going on, too bad. That's spiritual ego stuff. So that happens a lot when we talk in our head, like when we try to talk to our higher self, or we try to tell our mind what we want a lot. The ego's picking that up, and it's going to play on that. That's why I always talk out loud. When I'm going to command anything, the only time I use my voice, the only time I use my head is for visualization or for self-talk, for like positive stuff, like to motivate me, for self-love. That's the only time I do that. I don't talk in my head about what I want to do or this. I talk out loud to my higher self on that. Right? So the spiritual ego is a real thing. It exists. It will morph as your higher self. It will give you, like, it'll tell you this, it'll tell you that. It'll give you what I call fake intuition as well. And that's so if some of you guys like, man, all the signs were there, Mark. It was like everything lined up, man. but it didn't manifest. Well, clearly means that it wasn't your higher self, it was spiritual ego. And that's correct, Matt. Neutrality, never look up or down to anyone. See, now you see how we keep going back to those frequencies, how powerful they are. If you can develop neutrality and peace, you can erase all of that, spiritual ego, all that stuff. Because, you know, a person who is truly enlightened is the person that has the ability to look and see everything without judgment. That means people, situations, anything. They don't see any judgment. They just see the thing, the field. They see the information. They observe what's happening. They process the information without any judgment or bias. Because when you can see the information in its pure form, you have the ability to decode the answer or to learn from it. If you see something with judgment, you're missing the whole picture, because you're corrupting something that your mind is producing. I'm not saying it's easy. So I never said it was easy to do that, but it can be done. Because the powerful thing about when you become neutral, I call it the flow state, is you get to, things come to you so fast and you manifest so much easier. Because when you're in flow state, it's all about, you don't have any resistance. That's the thing that stops a lot of us is resistance. And look, where does resistance come from primarily? It comes from the ego. 80% of all resistance are from the ego, 20% are from the subconscious. 80% of all resistance are from the ego, 20% your subconscious. You give more control to your subconscious when you are neutral, right? Yes, because that's correct. Chang says here, you give more to your subconscious because when you're neutral, guys, you're in the present moment. Remember we talk about being present? That's what neutrality means. Flow state is, if you're not attached to anything but open to everything, you automatically now can sense the present moment. It becomes a part of your world now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the when you become present. Yeah, that maybe, who's this? Lady Duchess says, maybe that's why I manifest 99%. I feel like I'm walking through with no judgment. Yeah, you automatically manifest and create more stuff in your life when you develop a non-judgment thing. Like when you see everything just as information. When you don't develop the bias on anything. Now, that's with inanimate objects, like with material stuff, and with people as well. But you should be attached to your dreams, otherwise you will leave it. No, sorry, this is from who's this is from Iowa. You should be attached to your dreams, otherwise you should leave it. No. It works like this. You don't become attached to your dreams, right? Or become obsessed with your dreams, right? You don't do that. What you want to do is you want to become aware of your dreams. That's all you got to do. Be aware that what you want, not attach or not in a state of need. That's the difference. And it's again because of the matrix. The matrix teaches you that when you need something, you have to like push on it. You got to keep focusing on it. That's actually miscreating, guys. That's actually, I told you, you got to unlearn what you've learned. And the thing about this is, did you know that you can manifest through your ego, and also, of course, you manifest through the subconscious, but you can manifest through your ego as well. So can anyone tell me, what is an ego manifestation? How do I manifest through my ego? How do you manifest through your ego? Because people do it every day. It's what the matrix is built on. 90% of the matrix is built on ego manifestation. The Matrix will never show you how to manifest through flow state, man. You can't have all that power. They don't want to show you the cream of the crop. Okay, who we got here? Edward White says the correct answer here. Willpower. That's right. Whenever you do something through willpower, through force or push or try, and you keep knocking and pushing, and eventually it comes in, and then you're all, by the time you get it though, you're all broken up. You don't have the energy to enjoy it. That's called ego manifestation. So let me show you how you manifest in a flow. Well, let me ask you a question first, and I'll show you how to do flow state. How do I manifest in flow state? That's a good one. Can anyone tell me how to manifest in flow state? That's where you want to be. That's how you win those lotteries. That's how I get those lottery wins, guys. That's how I manifest all these good stuff. Flow state. That's where you want to be. So this is good right here. So tell me, how do I manifest in flow states? What is the method? Stay in what? Detachment. Detachment is a part of it, but there's a system you have to do to manifest through flow state. There's a routine, a ritual or a routine each must learn or do to manifest in flow state. Does anyone know what it is? There's a rule of thumb that I use every time I manifest. Every time I go into the flow state, I must apply this routine or this ritual. I mean, I don't think anyone will know it, but it's a shot in the dark. Expect, meditation, visualize, receive. All right, so let me show you how you're going to manifest through flow state here. All right, so when it comes to manifest through a flow state, you have to look for reaction. So let me show you what I mean by reaction. This is flow state manifestation, and I'm going to show you flow state versus ego manifestation. Let's go with the ego manifestation first. Ego manifestation is me wanting something, and I'm trying, but it's not working out. But I'm going to keep pushing, still not working out. I'm going to find a way, still not working out. I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it, and then I get it. But damn, when I get it, I don't even want it anymore, or it wasn't what I expected to get, or I don't have the energy to sustain it, or it didn't work out the way I seed it to work, or it totally was different, and now I'm disappointed that I wasted my time and energy and months or whatever years and pushing. Now I have like more stress, That's ego manifestation. Now let me show you flow state manifestation. So I want something, all right? So I go and get it. I get hit with one resistance, all right? So I try again. I get hit with two resistance. Then I stop. That's flow state. I don't go again, because now I know the universe is talking to me. You see, when I was going through the ego manifestation, when I was getting hit with one resistance, two resistance, but I kept going, it was the universe talking to me, but I didn't understand it. See, what the universe was saying to me was, hey man, you need to stop, because every disappointment is for a good, right? And every rejection is for a protection. But I kept going and going, and then, so when I'm in flow state now, I read the codes, I read the language. It's 2 times. I do 2 shots. That's it. Once, okay, nothing happened, Mark. 2 times, nothing happened. All right, I got the message. I leave it alone, and I stop. So when I stop, now the universe is going to redirect me now. It's going to show me an easy route, or it's going to make something better for me, or it's going to tell me that, hey, that's not for you. You need to go here. I got something better for you. That is flow state manifestation. Someone says pride. Yes, that's right. Pride is the killer of this, because people have pride and they don't want to give up, and they think they're going to get it, but it's all ego. When you're in the flow state, everything is working out for you. Nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. See, what people don't understand is that your destiny, or all the stuff, was already predestined for you. Every people, anything that comes into your life was already made for you. So everything that was that you desire, that's meant to be, will find you without resistance. If you're meeting resistance in a lot of stuff, it's not for you. It means there's something better or bigger. Our pride prevents us from accepting that, which is a state of the ego. So when you get into flow state, you find marvelous stuff happen. This happens to me all the time. Yes, so the willpower. So where does willpower come in? You need willpower, as Ayus here says. You need willpower to definitely initiate the change of the subconscious. You definitely need willpower to start the process, to get you going, to get you motivated, to get you the discipline, to get you to push. But you don't need willpower to sustain your manifestation. That's where you're going to get into problems. That's what I told you guys. That's what school and the matrix teach you. The matrix teach you that you have to keep pushing and you have to keep going and you have to fix the problem. You got to focus on the problem all the time, and then you'll be in it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and nothing happens. That's what they teach you. Flow state is the person who works smarter, not harder. They watch from behind the scenes and they listen and they notice the reactions. Flow state is when you try and you meet a resistance, and you try again and you keep meeting resistance. You know that, all right, this ain't the way, man. Let me go another option. That's flow state manifestation. See how it works? Does pride take away your lottery soul contract? No, it just delays it. If you have a soul contract to win the lottery, you're going to win it. The only issue is it depends on how long. It'll take you 2 years or 20 years based on the ego manifestation. You're still going to get it, but it's just going to take a longer time until you get out of your way. I always say everybody will eventually get what they want. Everyone does. Everyone will get what they want. See how it works? So when you're in the flow state, not only you manifest a lot faster, but when you're in the flow state, things actually come to you now. Think about that. When you're in a flow state, people, material stuff will come looking for you. So I'm going to throw this one out there to you. This has to do with the laws of physics and the laws of the universe. Can anyone tell me why does that work? Why, if I'm in a state of no resistance or flow state, why do things come to me if I'm not putting any attention or anything? Isn't this law of attraction stuff supposed to work, Mark, where I got to focus on what I want and it comes to me? But you're telling me now, if I'm in this flow state, the things I want will start to want me? Man, how does that work? Why is that happening, Mark? Can anyone tell me the answer to that? Can anyone tell me the answer? Why is it in flow state that the things I want me more than I want them, and they actually come looking for me, than being in like the reactive or the take action or, you know, doing all this work state, right? So okay, we got zero resistance here. That's part of it. Entanglement. Okay. Someone says mind games. No, it's not mind games. You're not putting it. Okay. All right. So law of detachment. Okay, give me the law. Magnetism not needing. Go look at you guys. You guys have all great answers. That's good. Y'all on point here. Energy. Just keep letting it go. Good. So let me show you from a scientific point how things come to you when you're in flow state. Okay. So now, the first thing is you are aware that you want something. So let's not get that wrong. So flow state doesn't mean that you don't want something. Flow state means you are aware of what you want. Okay. So okay, I know I want that car. I know I want that job. Or I know I want that manifestation. So you are aware of that. Now, because you are aware of it now, you let go of the attachment of it. Because you let go of the attachment of it, that thing now has more momentum to circle back around. There's nothing holding it. So because you are aware you want it, you telepathically connect to it. Someone says quantum entanglement. So that thing knows it belongs to you now because you want it. You told it by visualizing it. You made it in an inanimate object. You said that's what I want. So that thing knows it has to come to you. So because now you don't have any attachment to it, you have more momentum for it to circle back around. So if it's going to circle back around, it must come back to you. That's why I say when you're in flow state, what you desire will want you more, because now, because you don't have the need to it, it has the free space to travel because it's already entangled with you, and it must come back to the source, which is you. So that means it starts to follow you and it gets you. That's flow state. Now the reason why things don't come back to you in the other state is because when you want something, here's a mistake we make. We want it, but we attach an emotional attachment to it. We attach some sort of need or some sort of completion to our lives. Like this thing, if I don't have it, it's never going to da. So that alone, you stop the momentum. So now you're fighting against what's already yours. See that? Now it doesn't have the momentum to go around and come back to you fast. Now it's going to take a lot of time now because your attachment to it is creating a lot of resistance. That's with inanimate objects. Now let's talk about flow state with people. People want to get like soulmates. They want to find their girlfriend, their boyfriend. Flow state can actually get you that quicker too. So can anyone tell me, how do you attract people in flow state? I just showed you how you do it with inanimate objects, but now before you answer, you got to think now. It's a little different when it comes to people, because unlike inanimate objects, people can think and they have free will. So how do you manifest, how do you make people chase you and want you when you're in a flow state? Can anyone tell me that? Manifesting material stuff in flow state is so easy. Money, car, the lottery, your success, whatever, that's the easiest thing to do in the flow state. Once you learn this concept and learn how it works. But people, once you master it, it also becomes just as easy. Because there's something about people that I'm going to teach you that subconsciously every person has. All you have to do is turn it on, and you become a magnet, and people will start chasing you, man. So can anyone tell me what it is? How do I get people in a flow state? How can I get people to love me, to like me, to whatever, people to chase me, my soulmate, my partner? How do I do that? Okay, can anyone tell me that? Let me see, I'm missing. Happiness, detachment, belief, let go, be your happy self. Okay, that's true. So let me show you something about people. People naturally want to be noticed and they want attention. It's a subconscious thing. That's natural. When people don't get the attention or attachment they want, they become even more curious. They become more towards you. Now they want you because they see that you don't want them the way that they think they want you. And human beings, they have this ability, and it's a pride thing, that they want to know, like, how the hell is this guy not wanting me, or she's not wanting me? And they want to come and find out what is so different about you. Why aren't you sweating them, or why aren't you giving to them all that stuff? That's a human nature. Every human being will do it. It's a subconscious thing. Even if they tell you they won't do it, they'll do it. Trust me. They have to do it because it's subconscious. They'll want to find out, why isn't this person not on me? Why isn't this person da-da-da? And that's what happens. They'll start to chase you now. So when they come around you and they're going to find you, they're going to find out that, wait a minute, this person really is confident about themselves. They already know who they are. They got self-love. That makes them now want to gravitate towards you, and that's how you're going to get people to come to you. That's it. It's a subconscious thing. Works every time. When you're in flow state, right, you don't need them. They will start to need you. That's how we're wired, guys. All of you experienced it before. You do it all the time. And it's not like you're doing it on purpose. It's not like you're saying, I'm just going to deliberately ignore her or him. No, it's because you're in the flow state. Because you say, okay, I accept that person. And your energy is going to speak. They're going to pick it up. Well, somebody says, "Are they call you cocky?" Is it? No, cockiness is a different. It's a different energy. Flow state is the energy just to know that everything is within you, and people will pick that up. People pick up energy. People know the energy of cockiness or the energy of confidence. It's two different energy forms here. Every human being will gravitate to what is different or abnormal from the norm. They will always want to go and explore it and figure it out. They will always do that because the subconscious program in us to figure out what is wrong with me. Why isn't this person something? They think something is wrong with them, so they want to come to you for you to figure out. But when they come to you, they will understand that, oh my goodness, this person has everything I want to be. And there's the attraction. That's it. That's how you get flow state with people. It starts out as an ego thing. Yes, people get their ego hurt, but what drives it is the subconscious thing. It's a subconscious thing that drives it. Because now look, this will only work for people who, of course, have some interest in you. Of course, it's not going to work for like someone who's like a complete stranger that doesn't have any type of interest or in you. So it's not like a magic formula that's going to make everybody love you guys. It's only work with some people who have interest in you in the beginning. Because people have free will, they can choose. It may work with someone who's a stranger that may just see you and they develop interest, but there has to be some reciprocal thing here. It can't be like someone that just like boom, it doesn't work like that. So I have to specify that. Someone says, but it's an unhealthy way to attract someone. No, that's not an unhealthy way to attract someone, because you are not attracting anyone. You're attracting yourself. So think about what I'm saying here. You are confident and you are in yourself. You love yourself. You know yourself. You see someone and you say, okay, I'm aware. Okay, fine. But you're more focused on yourself. That person will come around to you now because they are more curious. That's the most healthiest way to attract someone, because you don't have any intention. It's not your motive to do this. You're just being yourself. That's flow state. The unhealthy way to do this, if you try to trick people, make it a game, or deliberately do that, that becomes unhealthy. But if you're someone who just knows what you want and sees what you want, and you're confident and you're in yourself, that person will know telepathically what you're about. And if they are interested, they will come around to you. That's right. You gotta remember, guys, people are always looking for something to complete them. Everybody feels like they lack something, so they're always looking for like that thing to complete them. So when people see someone who looks like they're complete, they will want to gravitate towards that person because they feel that they will be complete. That's just a human nature. This is why people have idols. This is why you see people that have like their biggest fans, and people, you ever see people like they have pictures of people on their wall? Oh, this is my idol, this is my artist. Because it's a natural human tendency to look up to other people that have what we want. So we feel like, man, if I'm around that person, if I get with that person, that person will complete me. It's just a condition of human evolution that will never change. See that? That's how it works. Yes, of course you show interest, but you don't overwhelm. People know what they want, guys. You all know what you want. Now, remember, this is not. I'm not talking. We're talking big picture. Not. This is not like just romantically. This is for everything. For if you want business partners, investment, the go-getters, the people. They'll see you. They're like, oh man, this person, man. I need to be around this person. His vibe, man. Look, nothing fazes him. He's just not attached. Winners makes you a winner. People want to be around winners. That's just the flow state is winners. When you're in the flow state, you're the winner. People want winners, point blank. When they see you winning, they all want to come around. That's flow state. Romantically, socially, everybody wants to be around the winner. They want to be around that person that just gravitates that aura of confidence, that person that make them feel. They want to be around them. It's a subconscious thing. They're going to run to you. Right? Infinite love. I actually won Fantasy 5 Florida jackpot years ago through manifestation, 250,000. Congrats, man. Good stuff. Be as if you are it. Be as if you have it. That is perfectly said, Matt. That's human psychology, guys. We all know that. You think about you guys. When you want to create something, right? If you want to manifest something, are you going to go to someone who talks about it but haven't done it, or are you going to go to someone who have like done it before and you've seen like, oh, this guy done it, man. This guy has it. I've seen this guy's stuff. What are you going to do? You want to go with someone that's done it so they can teach you and they can say, man, I want to be with that person. That person done this. That person, that person doesn't talk like he doesn't talk what he's doing. He's like doing what he's talking. That's just human. We all just human beings. We want to see it. We just don't want to hear it. This is when it comes to people now. I'm not talking about inanimate. I'm talking about people because people have free will. People want to see something. They want to see some results because they want to know that this person has something that can help me. This person has value. That's how it is. So when you're walking or you're doing something and they'll see it inside, it's like, oh man, I don't know what it is about that person, man, but there's something about him or her that they just have this thing, like they don't, nothing bothers. They got this, I'm curious. I want to know what's happening. That works big when it comes into the business field or creating anything, because the people, you introduce yourself in your energy before you introduce yourself with your language. Did you know that, right? Human beings have an innate ability to pick up someone subconsciously that is on top of themselves, like they're confident, they know, and someone who has like issues. You will sense that a mile away. You automatically know when you walk up to someone, you'll know something's off or something's on. You cannot quite tell what it is, but you just know, like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this girl. Man, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this girl, but there's something about this person that I just see. That you all have that. That is the subconscious language communicating. So if you want to make yourself a winner, you become in the flow state. Everything wants you when you're going to get everything now. You're in the flow state. Right? Mark, when manifesting the lottery for a certain amount, should I only play when I see that amount? So okay, this is my rule with the lottery, and I'll say this before, I'll say it again. When I'm manifesting the lottery, a lot of people do it different. I'll use Cynthia Stafford example. She wanted a certain amount. It was 112 million, right? She and it's not something like she's picked. She was said it was her birthday, so she said it was a cool number. So she picked 112 million. So when the jackpot got up to 112 million, that's when she played. Now, listen to me now. That's when she played. For someone to do that, that meant she had so much confidence because remember, she's been doing the work. She took her 3 years, right? 2004, 2007. So she was doing a lot of visualization, a lot of meditation. So when her number popped up, that's the only time she bought the ticket because she believed that she was already done. Okay? Now, for me, when I do the lottery, it's like work. Like she said, winning the lottery is like work. It's like spiritual work, like physical, because I have a routine, I have a ritual. And my routine was this. No matter what happened, no matter how I was feeling, I was going to buy my ticket. And there were days when I didn't want to buy my ticket. But what made me buy my ticket was my habits and my routines. And it just happened to be the day I won was the day I didn't want to buy my ticket. I was late for work, I was rushing. But you know what made me buy my ticket? My subconscious habits that I produced. Because on the way, I was like, man, I'm not buying a ticket. And then the subconscious just says, Mark, buy the damn ticket. Go buy the ticket, man. That was that emotion. And I was like, all right, man. I said, I stopped. I went in there, I put $2, and I won. So I give you both sides. You got to see which one works for you. That's how I did it with the lottery. Right? What about wanting to manifest living abroad? What else here? Put in the work makes it possible. Everything is energy. That's correct. Yeah, I would say that's to listen to your instinct. Don't you know, if you're gonna manifest this, guys, just you gotta listen to your instinct. Like what feels right for you. What's your feeling? What is it that's gonna make you want to do this? You know, some people, there's some individuals that they genuinely from the day they came here, they just had a belief that they're going to win the lottery. They play it all the time. That's what they would do. There's some people just like that, and there's some individuals that they just got a curiosity and say, I want to win the lottery. But if you're going to do it, you're going to have to put in work. It's just like anything else. You're going to have to do the visualizations. You have to do your meditation. You're going to have to set your budget. You're going to have to be disciplined. You can't go over the budget. Don't get lottery fever. And you got to play. You got to keep doing it. And then it's going to happen for you because you believe it and you're seeing it and you're visualizing it. It will come to pass just like that. And I mean, that goes beyond a lottery too. That goes to anything in life you want to do. Because remember, everything around us, guys, it's no physical. It's not physical. Let me show you something. So when I won that Fantasy 5, right? When I won that Fantasy 5 jackpot. And after that, then I said, okay, since this universe isn't physical, let me play around with the lottery, right? I said, let me play around with the lottery now. So what I started to do, I started to collapse these numbers. I started to pick my own numbers. And guess what? You know this because you see the pictures, I put them in the Facebook group and all. These numbers will come out exact way I seen them. Not only will it come out the exact way, but there was times when I would pick the day and the time. It was a clear number. One of the numbers, I think it was 44, 47 that did that. On the Tuesday night, it came out the exact combination I had it. I posted in the group. And I won. And I kept winning and winning and winning. And that's when I realized, like, oh man, this is all like a game, like the Matrix. Because how can someone do that with the lottery? How can someone just deliberately see some numbers, pick them up, put them in his head, sit on them for a few months, or whatever, and these numbers come out in the same exact order every single time? So someone explain that to me. Right? So that shows you that you can manifest or create anything, man. Anything you want. If you want to go win the lottery, you can go win the lottery. If you want to go start your business, you can start a business. If you want to do this, you can go do all that. Because we live in the The world is actually in our minds. We are not, you're not in the world. The world is in you. You know what made me realize that, guys? Out of all things, the lottery is what made me realize that stuff. Because I would see these numbers and they would come out exactly the way I saw them every time. That doesn't happen. Where does it happen at? It can't happen in a physical, like, logistic world of laws. That can only happen in the mental world and then bring it into the physical world. So that to me showed me the bigger picture of this thing here, this universe, all this stuff. That the world is actually inside you. It's not outside you. So for me, the lottery was my evidence, was my wake-up call, and my view, and to show me that this stuff is all like, right, we are not the universe from nothing to something. I target the biggest jackpot. Will it take longer as if I target a smaller amount of prize? Well, it depends on your belief, guys. It's about the belief. I always say this: if you want to manifest the lottery, go for what you truly want. Don't go for what you think you deserve, you're going to get, because you're not going to be in alignment. So if you want to win millions of bucks, go for millions of dollars. If you want to win hundreds of thousands of dollars, go for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But remember now, the key to win the lottery is you have to have what I call that grabber. There has to be something that makes you want to win the lottery. For me, what it was the car. I wanted that rare BMW M3 car. That was what drove me to play, to win. For Cynthia, what was it? She had something she wanted to take care of, her family or something. She said it in an interview. She had a grabber. So there has to be something that you want or desire that will make you get up every day and visualize or dream of winning. You don't win just to want to win. You win because it has a purpose to win. That's how you win the lottery. That's what I believe. That's how I won. If I didn't want the car, anything, I guarantee I wouldn't have won the lottery, because it wasn't that drive for me. I would have just been somebody that's been playing like, okay, I hope I win, I hope I win. But there was a purpose for me. See? Okay, someone says, I want to win because I don't have to go to a job again. You're not going to win like that. Because now you're going to create lack. You can create a state of need now. The best way to approach this, guys, is you want to win because it will create a stepping stone of some kind of financial freedom. You don't want to win because I hate this job, I want to leave this job. You got to be at peace with your current reality to manifest stuff. You know, I learned that too, because when I was at my job and I was playing the lottery, I was like, man, I can't be coming to work like hating my job and then going home and then jumping and visualizing a perfect world, me winning. It's two conflicting frequencies. I realized that. I said, it's not going to happen that way. So I had to become at peace. I was like, okay, you know what? This is just a stepping stone. I'm going to use this. I'm happy I have this job. I'm going to have my car. I'm going to do this thing, da-da-da. I'm going to win. I'm going to buy this after I got my car, da-da. And see, I was at peace with everything. And when I became at peace with everything, that's when it manifested. So everyone has big dreams. You know, people will say, I want to win the lottery because this special house. That's their grabber. They want this house. You're gonna get it. You will get it. But the thing is, you have to remember now, it's something you're gonna have to be disciplined, and you're gonna have to like get a budget, and you gotta play the game when it's playing. Unless you just got this unmovable faith that you're just gonna know and say, hey man, I'm just gonna play when the number gets to a certain amount. You know, then you can do that as well. How did you come at peace with everything? Did you win before you left your job? Yes, after I won, that's when a few months I left my job. How did you come to peace with everything? I think I came to peace with everything because I was just frustrated, man. Because my ego, I came to peace. It's like the universe smacked me because I was playing And I kept wanting that car so bad, and I kept being disappointed so many times, man. I just got frustrated, and I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm tired of this emotional ride, man. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play. I'm going to forget about it. And if the universe says it's for me to have it, I'm going to have it, or something better. That's how I became at peace. And once I did that, it was a few months, then I won. But I was stubborn at first, man. Trust me, I was stubborn because I wanted it so bad. But me wanting it so bad was that's what was keeping it away from me. Once I learned not to want it and just let it go, and if it happens, it happens, and something better will come along, that's what happens for me, and that's when I won. And when I learned that, I applied that with everything. I started doing things that way now. All right? And that's why I always say, guys, you always see me in my car, because when you win the lottery, it's always good to have something to remind you of that. That's why I say, if you're going to play the lottery, if you win $2, buy something like a bracelet, whatever. Have it on you so your subconscious mind sees, I win the lottery. It's $2 though, but in your conscious mind it's $2. But to your subconscious it says you won the lottery. So you know what's going to happen? It's going to build your belief, and you keep playing, your subconscious will put you in the right place at the right time, and you win that jackpot. So you see me do this, I have another car, so I have another car. But I still keep this car, and I always do my videos in this car, because this car reminds me of what I created, of what's possible. And it's always reminding me that anything is possible that I want to create. That's the biggest tip you will ever hear to create anything in your life. Is anything you're going to manifest, have evidence that you've manifested it, because it's going to help your ego. If you win $2, $3, go buy something tangible in the lottery, because your subconscious is always going to remind it, and also your ego is going to remind you, and that's going to free up a lot of resistance, and you're going to be able to manifest more. So they always get this question, why am I in my car? Now you know. That's why I'm always in this car, because this is the car that started it all, and it's the reminder of my subconscious mind. And remember, in my subconscious mind, time doesn't exist. It's all happening now. So as far as my subconscious is, I just won the lottery again. And it's just going to keep reminding me and put me in positions to win again. So when I go play these numbers or collapse these numbers, boom, 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 boom. Mark, are you already retired? Yes, I'm already retired. In the lab. That's right, in the lab. Yep, so one of the most powerful tips for you to manifest anything is, with the lottery, just make you guys sure in the lottery, is you must have something to convince your mind that what you want is possible. Both minds. So especially with the lottery, you're gonna win if you play. You win $10, $20. You can go buy something and have it. So you gotta have something though that will always be on your body or around you. That something I always recommend is a chain of something to wear at all times to remind you that you've won the lottery, and then you will win the jackpot. Yep, you cannot escape from the matrix. It's natural laws. Yep. Okay. That's a subconscious mind hack that you can all apply, and it will show you. It is very powerful. And I test that because, after that first big win, like all the other wins were just so much easy now. Like it's so much easier now to win the lottery for me now, because it's like when you won it and you won a lot of money, and then you do it again a few times, especially with those numbers, and you're like, man, it kind of creates an entanglement now in your mind that what you want. So that's powerful to it. So and this goes for anything. Like I said, it could be $2, guys, $5. You're gonna become entangled with that, and you'll start to increase your wins, and you'll start to win big, big, big. Yes, if you're hearing the subliminals in your dream, it means it's actually taken root and affirmed. Got it? That's how powerful the mind is. The subconscious mind, all of this takes place in the subconscious. Everything creates through the subconscious. You got to remember that. Nothing comes in the conscious. The conscious just decodes this information. But the subconscious is where it all comes in. I want to be retired too, but I love life already. Yep, you know, retirement, I mean, if you love what you're doing and you're doing what you love, you're retired. So just find something that you're passionate about, that you can give value to people, and that's it. Because when you give value, value comes back to you, you know. See, guys, the thing about money and all this stuff that people don't understand and learn is this. You know, when I give value to you guys like I'm doing right now, I'm sharing tips with you, I'm telling you how to win the lottery, all this stuff. I mean, you know me, for 4 years following my channel, you can go to all my videos, you can learn everything you want to learn. All the stuff is hidden in the videos. All the stuff, anything you want to find is hidden in all my videos. So I put out a lot of value for people. And the thing about it is, when you do value, the value you give doesn't necessarily come from the people you give the value to. It comes from the collective. It comes because when you give value, those people that get your value, when they become successful and good thing happens in their life, they give off an energy to the universe. That this person helped me, man, I feel good. This person made me feel good. All that stores up for you, and it comes back to me from other sources. That's the secret of money, man. The money will come to me from all different sources because I continue to give value. That's the secret. See, people think, oh, I gotta give value to these people, and then, oh, I gotta charge them, I gotta sell them stuff. It doesn't work that way. Just give the value to the people, man, and the value is gonna come back from another source. It's not the people, it's particular people you give it to, because we live in an infinite universe. That's how it works. That's why I don't mind coming on here, answering questions, giving tips, telling you how to manifest, all that stuff. Of course, you know, I have my courses and things for people who want to organize, who can't go through all my videos, people who just want to learn. Yeah, that's my time. But I don't like jump around and blast it all over like, yo, go buy my program, You know, I don't do that stuff because I know it automatically comes back to me anyway. There are going to be plenty of people who are just going to want to take that stuff. They're going to, I want to learn more. And it's not me going out there and like pushing, yo, you got to get this, I mean, y'all know me. I'm never that person. Like, yo, go buy my program. Go, yo. But I'm just showing you that once you put value, it comes back to you from the other source. The value you put will never be dependent on the person you put the value to. That's what people do. So people look like this. They say, all right, because I help you, 3 people specifically, you 3 people got to help me back. That's the wrong way to look at it. You don't do it like that. You look like, okay, I helped all these people. The universe got to come to help me now. That's how this stuff works. That's the higher level right there. That's how you get money. Because now you go to the universe. You don't go to the people. Because the people you help going to send a signal to the universe. And you go to the universe and you say, all right, universe, you know I'm putting my work in. I'm giving mad value out here. What you got for me? Universe says, all right, Mark, damn, man. Yeah, you do help a lot of people. Look at this. What do you want, man? Universe says, what do you want? Universe, I want this, I want that. All right, done. It's coming to you. Just sit back. I'll let you know when to take action. I say, okay, universe. That's the name of the game. That's how it works. That's what I'm teaching you. That's what the Matrix don't want you to know. They want you to chase the wrong animal. That's what they do. They'll tell you, hey, you gotta focus, gotta get those people. And they have you chasing your tail. No, you don't do that. Just give your value freely, man. Whatever you can give freely, give it. If you have a secret that you know you can help people, give your secret away. Look at those numbers I dreamt. I put those two numbers out. I dreamt them. Was it 1961? What is it? 1901 or something like that. And the day I put those two numbers out, like in 3 different states, the numbers came out in 3 different states already. And those numbers are still going to come out. They're going to come out. They're going to come out in Florida. They're going to come out in other states. Those numbers are guaranteed to come out. And stuff like that. See, because when you are the source of the abundance, no one can take that away from you. You don't have to like rely on people or I need these people to help me to make money. Because you are the source. See, look, this person right here, I won in the Illinois Pick 4 in 1901 because of Mark. See, 1901 came out in Illinois. And then there was a couple other states. It came out again 2 days after. That post is still up. And those numbers are still going to come out. 1961 is getting ready to come out. 1901 is still going to come out in other states. And it's going to come out just like that, straight. 5,000. Boom, boom, boom. Because when you're the source and you give your tips to people and people win, when people have win, that's for you. That's building you up because it's going to come back to you in another way. That's the secret. So that's the thing you got to learn, guys. When you're going to create value for anything, just do it because you want to be a service to humanity. You want to do it because you just want to help. You want to see people do good just like you. And then you do that, the money will come from like all different man, I'll tell you, man, money comes from all different stuff. I told you the story, right, about the PayPal thing, right? They just sent me like $100,000 for my business. Like literally it was like a grant. I didn't have to pay it back. Out of nowhere. That stuff like I'm talking about. What else? Crazy stuff happened, man. All different types of sources just coming to me out of nowhere. That's because I'm giving value every day, freely and openly, and I'm not holding anything back. I'm putting it all out. So it comes from all different sources. The day when I told you I went to go pay that ticket, and there was that number on the floor on the parking thing, was like $5,000 that day, right there, from that. I got some trippy stories, man, about just how value, abundance, money just comes from all different sources. I'm trying to think of a good one that I haven't shared with you guys yet. But it was crazy. Okay, I have one here. So someone said to me, man, hey Mark, this person won. Of course, I'm going to keep it confidential. But this person won a lot of money in a lottery, and they contacted me, and they were like, Mark, man, you know what? I see your videos all the time, and can you claim this for me because I can't claim it? I was like, okay. It was on a scratch. It was on a scratch card. It was a 6-figure win on a scratch card, and I was like. And I've met this person before now, like months ago. I was like somewhere out, and I remember him because he messaged me on Messenger. And he was like, hey man, he showed me the picture of the ticket, and he was like, you know, I'm not straight right now, so can you claim this for me, man? I said, oh yeah, I'll claim it for you. And I went and I claimed it for him just because he wanted to claim it. And when I claimed it for him, man, he gave me almost half. And I was like, no. I was like, why are you giving me half? So if you're gonna give me, just give me for the gas. It's like, no, I gotta give you this. Half of that's the winnings. So I'm just showing you that once you start to give out, the universe is going to give back in amazing ways. From all types of different people will come to you to help you out, to just because, you know, they want to do it from their heart. they've, you know, whatever it is though. But that's a lesson I learned though when it comes to like creating and giving value. I approach it from a different perspective. I would just want to give everything out, man. Stuff that I know, the stuff that I want to bring, I don't keep it. I don't try to like market it up, and just I put it all out for everyone to take part. Some people will get it. Some people may need coaching. They need someone to guide them. Of course, it's not all that, but it's there. Anyone can go. You can go through all my videos. Everything is in the video. So if you're someone, you may want to be a creator, you may want to be, this is your passion or something, you gotta always remember, give your secrets, put them out. If it can help someone, put it out so you can help them. Here's another one here. Mark, 1901 came out in Virginia last night. See, thank you. Of course. And you know, these dreams, I'll always get them. I always get these numbers in my dreams, and I play them, they always come out. So that's why I know, I said, man, I'm the source of my abundance, because either way, you know, I'm connected to something very different. I'm connected to something that will always put abundance to me. I could get a dream one day and I go out and you can make 50, 100, $1 million if you want. Put down away. I'm just showing you the big picture of, you know, once you start to like get into yourself and like, man, I am really this person here, and I just trust myself and I understand how the universe works, right? Right? You see what I'm saying? You? This bracelet right here. Well, this is pyrene. This one is very powerful for money too. Pyrene. This bracelet costs, it's like 10 bucks. This one was about $12. Now these bracelets, I bought these with like from my lottery wins. Like when I win 20 bucks, 30 bucks, whatever, I bought all of these. I bought from that. So how can we always remember our dreams? Intermittent fasting is a good way to help you remember your dreams. Are also doing journaling, right? Like right before you go to bed, you could write down your dream. Pyrene, yep. Pyrite, sorry. Very powerful for abundance. So I'm just showing you guys that, remember now that whenever you're gonna do something or manifest, you don't necessarily have to look for people, like the people that you're like, you don't have to depend on a particular person and say, man, I help you. Don't do it that way, because you're only going to block more abundance from you. Just give freely, help the people freely, and just move on. And then it's gonna circumvent and come back to you from a different source that you could never imagine. And that's the proof that this stuff works, that we live in this world, right? And that's the thing about the matrix, that you will never know unless someone like me comes out and I'm teaching them, showing you this. Most people will never know about this stuff. But that's how the universe truly works. That's why I tell you guys, you have to unlearn what you learn. Can you get into the flow state using subliminals? Absolutely. Subliminals can definitely help you get into the flow state, because it's reconditioning your subconscious. So your emotions will be more tamed now. You won't be in like that needy state. So getting the flow state is all about your emotions, you know. I'm gonna stay on this live for a couple more minutes here. But getting in the flow state, guys, is all about the emotional management, right? Once you get your emotional management in order, it's a lot easier to get in the flow state, because you're not attached, you're not in the need of anything. That's the power of being in the flow state. See how it works? Pyrite and aventurine, pyrite and aventurine is the two most money stones you can get. If you want to get money, those are the stones you need to get. I read Neville used to visualize many hours daily. Is what we experience more quantum time delay, because we don't spend that many hours as him. Yeah, visualization is all about the individual. Some people, when they visualize, it may be hours, but for them it may feel like minutes. Now, also remember now, it's going to come a point when the body is going to talk to you now and tell you that, hey, it's done. Remember with Cynthia Stafford, right? She was visualizing and she got to the point where she says, I didn't feel like doing it anymore. I've got to that point too. There's times when I was visualizing stuff and I was like, okay, stop, it's done. So you gotta also know that. You gotta remember that, so you don't force input. So when your body ties to you, says, hey, stop, it means its manifestation is done. Citrine is also good. Yep. Citrine is good. It's another crystal. But it's important, guys. So if some of you guys may feel like, man, Mark, I've been visualizing, but I've been manifesting, but all of a sudden I don't feel the urge anymore, man. That's actually a good sign. It means that the manifestation is getting ready to come. It's your body talking to you and says, hey, it's done deal now. You don't have to do this anymore. Now just get into the state of flow state. Right? You got to remember that. So flow state is like, okay, everything is done. Neutrality, that's right, Matt. Neutrality, non-judgment. So you got to, like, these are little stuff that will like really tune you up. Like, okay, you got to know when to stop, when to go, when to continue, when to stop. I dreamt 4 out of 6 numbers. Do I add the other 2? So you have a couple things you can do. So if you dream 4 of 6 numbers, you could write those 4 numbers down, and then before you go to bed, you could write a note write on a note saying, I'd love to dream the remaining 2 numbers to win, and then those 2 numbers will come to you in a dream, or you can put 2 numbers to yourself. So you got choices you can do. Do you charge crystals before wearing? Yes, I do. 2121 here. That's right, Breaker. 2121 is a good number. It's getting ready to come out. It's going to come out in Texas soon. I told one of my students that 2121 is going to come out big. If you don't know what to do, that's correct. Yetzi, what do? You don't do anything. You wait until you get moved, inspired action to do something. What are the ways to charge crystals? I'll leave that to you guys in the comments. Everybody, so mind, body, soul. There are a lot of heavy hitters here. They'll share some ways for you to charge crystals, but there's tons of ways you can charge crystals. You guys can comment how to charge crystals. Can you use fortune cookie numbers? Oh yeah, you can use fortune cookie numbers. There was a few years ago. There was this game in Florida used to call Lucky Money, and I remember I was going to the Publix, and I was walking, and all of a sudden my eyes told me to look down, and there was a fortune cookie on the floor, and the thing on the fortune cookie says you will never lack money or something as a fortune, right? It says you'll never lack money something, and I flipped it over. There was like 5 numbers on there. And I played those 5 numbers in that game, and then 4 of the 5 numbers came out that night, and it was a second top prize, so it was a quite good bit amount of money. So yeah, you can definitely use fortune cookies. Vibrational numbers, how do they work? If you got your vibrational numbers, play them in the lottery. 6 numbers, they're your signature. I picked them up based on you, by your month and day of your birth. They resonate. Now look, I don't know exactly, I can't give you the science exactly. I can give you overall. I don't know why they work, but they do work. I did it with myself and they work, and I give them out and they work. I mean, people win. This guy won a Fantasy 5 with his vibrational numbers in California. All 5 numbers, 6 figures. People win all the time with those numbers. So the best thing I can come up with is that they lock on to an energy signature from you. So the numbers decode our universe. So when I give these numbers, I just pick something up from you based on the month and day, and I give it to you. You play it. People win. I mean, they're very popular. I've been doing them for 4 years, and I'm still getting tons of requests. So they work. I've been playing 1122. Happy holidays to you. Thank you. I dreamt all 6 numbers. Been playing for a while. Oh yeah, if you dreamt 6 numbers, keep playing. They're gonna come out. Trust me, they will come out. I've told you guys stories before, and you don't want to be in those stories. I mean, Two people I've had before that dreamt 6 numbers and they let their ego get in the way and they gave up. One guy was after 1 year, he missed on $11 million, came out that night. Another person, about 6 months, missed on $23 million. And all 6 numbers they got in their dreams. So my advice to you is, if you see 6 numbers and you're a lottery player, you better plan on playing that number until it come out and forget about it. 'Cause that is a gift from the universe. 100% it will come out. Imana 222. You know, the next, what is it? We're going into the 2022 now. That's going to be a very powerful and abundant year for all of you guys. We got the triple twos in that digit. The vibration of the triple twos. It's going to be a very abundant year. 222. Get ready. Big things happening for 2022. Mark, can you touch base with how to truly align oneself, not just for lottery, but just to be at the highest vibration with peace? Yeah, I think the one true way that you can align yourself with that is to recognize and to give yourself permission that you deserve, like, whatever your dreams are, that you are entitled and you should have abundance just like anybody else. And it's all about, like, self-love. Like, man, the things that I want, I should want them. You should never feel guilty about wanting abundance. You should never feel like you don't deserve it. And to do that, you have to get into your subconscious. You have to change the map in there, and you change the map of your subconscious through your subliminals. But that's the true way to gain abundance, is to remap a new map in your mind that you deserve it. Because every one of us, we have faulty maps. All of us. There's things that happen in our lives, in our family. There's trauma, there's drama. You went to school, you got bullied, you got low self-esteem, you've been hurt. Everyone has a faulty map. And when you come out, there's no self-love that was input into you. So we all have this map that we don't deserve stuff. So once you bring it back to the natural state, that's when you get into flow with everything. Like someone says, I like the word, they say, like, they like to use the lottery as our inheritance. See? There's a good affirmation right there from Silver Mind. So he's already starting. Why is 2022 such a great year for me? See? Or you can even make it even better. Why is 2022 such an abundant year for me? Why is 2022 such a financially abundant year for me? Why am I making more than enough money in 2022? See, all those you can use, guys. We've already been in the age of Aquarius 2 years, going on 2 years now. Officially. I've been trying to improve my dating life. I'm always viewed as a single friend and never got into a relationship in my older again. How can I change it? I feel like men don't put in effort with me. All right, so here's the issue with you, Purple Rain. You've already given a story that you are the single friend that people view as a single friend. Change that story and your dating life will change, point blank. Stop seeing yourself as that single friend and never got into a relationship. Now start to see yourself the opposite, as that person that people are always looking to get into a relationship with you. It's all about stories we tell ourselves, guys. That's what creates our maps of reality. And stories you can tell the story by your language. I can tell everybody's story by what they say and talk, because you always tell your story. But that's your story. Change your story. You'll change your life. Why did I win 5 top-tier prizes? Why did I win 5 top-tier lottery prizes in 2022? There you go. Would you recommend always doing affirmations in question formats or mixing it up? Yes, mix it up. Once your subconscious accepts them, then you can start to do the statement ones. That's right. T Amazing Stars. I'm a victor, never a victim. You got it. I text my daughter 222. Can vibrational numbers be used in Powerball? Yeah, there's 6 numbers. 5 regular and then 1 for the Powerball. That's correct. It's kind of hard to switch the story when you've seen too much proof of that current story you have. Well, actually, that's how the mind works. It's if you continue to believe and look for proof of what you already have, you're going to get more of that. But you can change your story just like that. Even if you already seen proof. If you change your story, you will see new proof. The current proof will change. 100% guaranteed. Are you still doing one-on-one sessions? I can't see it on your page. Yeah, I still do one-on-one sessions, but I'm pretty booked up, so probably a month or 2 out, but you can find it on my website. Everything I deserve is more is already in 2022. That's right. That's right. If you hit resistance twice, they stop. That's my motto. Fear, doubt, worry, release. You got it. Come on. I bought a lottery ticket. What is it? How do I those numbers to be the winning? I bought a lottery ticket. How do I know those numbers are the winning numbers? Well, you know, with the lottery, guys, there's 2 ways you're gonna win. All right. Here's the motto with it. If you have a dream, this is what my. If you dream 6 numbers, play those 6 numbers and add a quick pick. If you don't dream 6 numbers, just do a quick pick and let the universe do it for you. I won with a quick pick. That's how you're gonna get the lottery. Great live as usual, guys. So I think we did a little over 2.5 hours here, so that's plenty of live stuff. So we will pick up again in 2 more weeks. It'll be the new year, but 2022 is going to be a great year for all of you guys. And I'll see you again. Bye-bye.